common thing, right, comes in and the underhook, because you can't get underneath my arms to grab my legs because I'm holding you up. Right, that's the primary thing on the underhook. Right, upper body somewhat control. I can lift you up. Right, that's a common thing. Right, this, right, slide here so they can try to get their hips away. They can't get their hips away because there's a barrier behind. So they turn sideways, and what they do is they lift up on the underhook. In this case, all your weight's going this way, so why not just lift this way? Your weight's halfway there. I can reverse you around, right, and put you here, but guess what? Still in the underhook position. Right? We're in the same position, we just changed. You're up against the cage, now I'm here. Right? So I can lay my weight into you, but you got me clamped. So I haven't made any advancements, so if I can't still get out on you, especially if we're really clamped hard on the elbows, I fucking can't get out. Right? All I can do is try to do stuff like that. Right? And we know that isn't really effective in here. Right? So all I really have is my legs at this point. Right? And using the fence to brace us up. Right? Can't punch. Can't headbutt in here. So unless I can start wiggling my, so you spend 5 minutes trying to go, let's go back around, trying to find a way to pry him up like this. Because why? It's because you let the guy in and we're upper body mass in here. So go back a little bit. Go back here. Right? So what happens is that the guy comes in and they have nothing to stop here. Right? So if the guy's down here like this, I'm trying to get an underhook, or I'm trying to grab a Kimura crap, but the bottom line is that everybody goes down and they spend all this energy trying to grapple because their upper bodies are close. I have to get my hips away. Right? I can have my shoulders touching in here, but I can't have both because they go back. So the number one thing is don't accept this. Right? You might be strong and catch the guy in a headlock in here. Right? You see him get an underhook. They got an under over. Right? So we turn this way. We got an over, and I got an under. Right? In here, this is a little better, but guess what? I'm still fucking stuck because you're pulling me in too. So it's like two tugboats. One sinks, the other one's going with it. So let's go back. Right? The thing is, don't accept the grapple. So better way to do this is, what I do is why it's hard to hold on to me. If the guy comes in, right, just ram this guy in here hard like that with a fucking elbow, right? Ram him real hard with a shield, ram shield in here like this, right? And if he puts his head off to the side like that, I'm just going to hit him right in the collarbone and the throat, and this is not going to feel good. So what I'm doing is I'm sitting back in here waiting, boom, meeting him head on, right? If he comes head on, chest to chest, boom, right? I'm going to break your neck, right? If he comes in over here, whomp, right? The same thing in here like this, right? So I'm going to put a barrier or some kind of spear or pole in between you and I that's going to really hurt when you come in, and I'm going to get really braced, so I'm not straight up like this. Now, you may very well drive into this hard, but this is going to hurt, and we may crash in here. But guess what? Now I got this in here, right? So you have an underhook here. I'm going to clamp here real fast, right? So it's just a trained response when he comes in, boom, right in here like this, and I grab, and I drive this shield in, right? So now you got to pry through this. So I keep this thing right here, right? I don't keep it up here, right? So that's half it. That's 9/10 of stopping the clinch, the takedown right here. Now from here, I'm not going to fight this wrist-controlled game in here, right? I'm not going to sit here and just keep my arm passive like this. I'm going to hit you immediately. So as soon as you come in and try to go for this takedown in here, boom, right, you're getting hit, right? One, right, drive, right, punch, drive, one, right, drive, right, punch, drive, one, right? I could pull this thing out if you're not grabbing this thing. Boom, boom, boom. I'm going to clamp just temporarily. So I'm just grabbing back just enough in order to hold you still so I can hit you. I'm not grabbing back to try to get into an entanglement with you. Getting the underhooks is an entanglement positioning here. Now I'm entangled. Now I got to find a way out, right? So a lot of times what happens is that, right, I start trying to get the guy's wrists in here, and they get out here like this. Well, this is kind of silly because now you've opened up your center line, and what are you doing in here? You're holding each other's wrists. So you have an advantage because you're on top. So I don't like, so you see guys doing this. Well, sometimes you got to do that. And that's okay as long as you get out of it real quick. So a lot of times you'll lift up on the side that's not as heavy, right? In this case, I'm going to go this way, right? Lift up here. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll use my legs and my hips to kind of help turn. I'm just using all my upper body strength. So I get my legs sensitivity close in here, and I help you to turn in here, right? And I kind of pause, all right? Like I said earlier, I'm not in any better position, right, in here, but it's a little better as far as, you know, I get my hips away. So now the next thing is that this guy's really holding on with that body lock. What I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start putting my elbows, a fist in here. Go back. I'm going to start putting a fist right here as just a brace. And I'm not going to put it anywhere. I'm going to put it right in his diaphragm. So I'm going to use that as a lever. And when I'm holding it here, I'm going to get a hand in position, and I'm going to start attacking his face. I'm going to push here. Now from there, right, and this is all by feeling, so it's not a move. It's not like, okay, it's not like I go step 1, step 2, step 3. It's feeling. So a lot of times when he's really holding my upper body tight, I'll get in here and push back, sit my hips back, start working my hand. And this may take, you know, a minute. Get a hand in here. Start pushing, right? Now I got another hand. Now look where I'm at. Now I'm back to that shield. So now I got a shield in here. Sometimes I'll get my head in there as another shield. Right? Now I'm out. I'm completely free. So yeah. And I mean, if he can hit hard, he's fucking done. Boom. Right in here, right? Bam. Right here. Bam. Right? Boom. Trap. Right? A lot of times they're going to start trying to reach out and grab once you start breaking free. That's exactly what you want. So if I'm underhooked in here, I got to create space. When I do this, remember, I'm not creating space. I can hold on tight, but I can't create space. And we know that there's no way that you can get any leverage or create any kind of fulcrum when we're body-to-body contact. So the hips and chest cannot be. The chest can be. The shoulder can be in here like that, but the hips can't be in there with it. All right, so they spend the whole time trying to get their hips away. That's why they're turning sideways like this, like that, right? When you should, like I said earlier, you should be, you know, getting this barrier wedge in here like that, right? So slip off to the side. Never be head on with a guy like this because he can hit you if he gets his arm. All right, one of your advantage here is you can hit me with a strike easily because like you're over the top. Throw it, wham. Right, I can't do that. Right, so if we switch the rolls in here like this, the overhook position, right, if I end up here, this is better. Right, because I can shift over here, and I can get a punch coming in here like that. A lot of times what you're going to do is you want to get the head in here like that as another form of a barrier, right? And while you're this, right, I can hit you hard here like this, right? And I can hit you hard here, and I can hit you hard here. Right? Or if I get the other hand out in here, I might be able to get it in like this or grab the head in here and pull the guy. But you really can't do that under here. So there's really no striking options initially with the underhook position. How I was doing it is I start getting you to think something's going to happen. Right? So while you're really so desperate to hold on to here, right, I may start moving my foot over here just to fake you out, get you to think, oh shit, he's going to do something. And I'm just feeling how passive you are. I'm looking for the little passive gaps in the combat. If I can get my hand on your hip right here, right, that's better. Right? If I can get my hand on your hip right here just for a second, that's better, right, like that, right? Now I'm kind of get my shoulder in here, right? Now I get my head in here like that, right? Now I got a little kind of a triangle going on here, right? Now I get a forearm in here like that. And pretty soon, guess what? I'm working myself back into where we started, where you came in and I rammed you. If I go like this, let's say that I don't do that. Well, some of the things you can do is, yes, you can reverse him reverse him here like that, but you got to work the same thing. So why not work it, from both ways? Do it from where you're at this vantage in your back, defense in here. So I just start to figure out, okay, I start making a move, right? Getting him to think, okay, what's he doing? He starts just reacting, right? Stopping that. And while he's screwing him around with that, I start getting my leg over here. And while he's thinking my leg now, guess what? I start, moving my other leg in position. I start, guess what? Now my hand's kind of almost out over here on this right side. Now, maybe now I pin his arm in here, right? Why he was so focused on holding me here, because he's so concerned about holding me in the grappling, only that he's not concerned, he's not paying attention to this. So now I got this in here, right? And so now I get my forearm, I get my hand in here and I create a barrier in here, right? And then he's, okay, now he knows I'm going to strike him. So now he's holding on for this, right? And while he's paying attention to that, right, maybe I fucking, I really drive one in, boom, into a knee or something like that. Because he's so passive down here. So he can't stop everything at once. But a lot of guys, hold on to my arm, they're so, spend a half hour doing this in here and you just waste all this energy. No, start making him think other things, right? Start doing this. Right? If he's resisting this, pushing back into my hand, push back into my hand real hard, right? Like this, right? Guess what? Now I'm taking his back, right? Here, I can get his back now.